Welcome back to Nerd Threats, where anybody can be a kid. I'm Tyler, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Mr. Ike Siemens and Mr. T. Haas.
What up, fam?
Oh, hey guys.
And today we're talking role-playing games, MMORPGs, pretty much anything where you're playing a story in a game. That's kind of what we're talking about today. Just want to know what we think about it, and maybe you guys give us your feedback on what you think. Role-playing games, like what's the first experience you guys had, or both of you guys had, with any type of role-playing game?
Fuck.
I think mine was Sonic on Sega Genesis. That was like the first console we had in the house, and we had Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Tails, like
Sonic and Knuckles.
the whole fucking thing, yeah. And it was probably the first one I ever played. Sick as fuck, though.
Dude, Sonic's always great. I mean, they have been fucking lacking in like the last like 12 years, but still the old school Sonics are fucking great.
True.
What about you, Ike?
I would say probably was that Worms WMD or some
That's
shit.
not a role-playing game.
Isn't it?
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, because you're not like playing like a story, and you're not like completing like any type of like quests or goals or anything like that, except for like kill other players inside your inside your room, inside your game.
Inside your game. Well, I mean that was probably my first introduction, but yeah, Sega, so Sonic.
Mario.
Yeah,
Fucking
Sonic.
X-Men. Did you ever play X-Men on Sega, dude? That was one of my
Not
favorite
on
fucking
Sega.
games,
Which
dude.
one was that? The which one was that? Was that the one that was like Super Sentinel heavy or?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I remember that one because they had like special moves. 'Cause I remember having it playing on the arcade and then actually having it in Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
And having it online.
That
at
shit
home.
was sick.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably like the first like true experience I had with like a role playing game was Fable. That was like the most like RPG game I've
Open
ever
RPG,
played.
dude,
Yeah.
fuck,
Where
no
it's like,
shit.
oh, you can like make the decisions are yours and you kind of do what you want to do. And if like you want to be a piece of shit, you can be a piece of shit. And
You
if
get
want,
your own rewards from that too. That was the craziest thing.
the
You got
rewards were like dependent on how you played.
Exactly. You could play and fucking be completely evil and get badass weapons that were meant for completely evil people. You had to have your evil counter maxed out to achieve
Like
a
demon
certain
status.
level.
And
Yeah, a
get,
certain
like
level
horns
of
and shit.
demonicness. So you could grow horns and then gain those weapons. Yeah, no, dude, that was cool as fuck. That was by far the best game that I ever played. Like, literally ever. I cannot think of a single game that I enjoyed playing more than that. Like, I literally played that for, dude, years.
Well, the thing is like with those type of games where you can make your own decisions and there's more options than just playing the main storyline. There's so much more you can do. Like, even after you complete the main storyline, because the end storyline is like, do you kill your sister? Do you not kill your sister? And I would cheat it. I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna save right here, kill my sister, go back to that save file, not kill her, save it as another profile. So I had a maxed out fucking good guy and a maxed out bad guy, so I could switch between the two save files. That's the way to do it.
Dude, see, so I found out that you could, once you beat the game, you can go back to your original hometown where, like, the barnyard got burned down. Because I used to have, like, all these, like, game guides and, like, all this shit. Before the internet was super popular. I had all the game guides, the books on games, and I found out before I did that you could actually not kill her, and even though you didn't receive the sword, the whatever it was called, the epic fucking endgame sword, you could not kill her, achieve max good guy status, go back to your original hometown, in the barn that you originally hid in, and behind one of the bales of hay, you dug, and there was a frying pan, and it had like 8 or 9 open slots, and so if you imbued it with enough different, with all the different stones, you could actually make a weapon that was just as strong as the fucking sword.
But it's like a frying pan.
But it's a frying pan. It's fucking awesome. And so that's what I ended up doing for like the original game playthrough. Like, because my character was already maxed out good and maxed out evil, because I went and got, I found out that if you gave 1 coin, it was the same as giving up to 200,000 coins. So you could just spam one coin at a time, max out your good counter at the Temple of Light, and then go to the Temple of Darkness and do the same thing, and it wouldn't counteract each other. So you could actually have devil horns and a fucking halo.
Yeah, I've had the
and
devil
get
horns and
both the fucking weapons.
Well, when you find yourself playing those games, like when you can't cheat it, and you have to choose between like, I'm the bad guy or I'm the good guy. Am I the guy who saves all the villagers, or am I the guy who kills all the villagers? Because you have that choice. Where do you find yourself leaning?
Go evil every time first, and then you go back and play through the good.
Exactly.
Because you gotta do it. I mean, come on, everybody's evil a little bit. You gotta see how fucking badass you can be and how much destruction you can cause. And then you come back and you're like, okay, let's see if I can fix it.
It's more fun to play as like a bad guy, because it's always like, it's like, I'm just gonna go into this town, and everybody's like, I bet we could kill this guy, and you're like, dude, I'm like level 10,000. Like, you wanna fucking do this, dude? Like, anytime I went into a town in Fable when I was playing as my evil save slot, and the guards would be like, fuck this guy, I'd be like, fuck these guards. They're going down.
Play and fucking go to each city. See, that was what I would do. Is I would go to each city, and I would kill all of the villagers, and I would kill the guards continuously until they were black level guards, because you keep killing them, and they just come back stronger and stronger and stronger. So you started off with blue, then you went red, and then you went green, and then you went black. And black guards were fucking hard as shit to kill. So like early on in gameplay, I got up to black guards, and I was like struggling with like the fucking green guards, and I got into the black guards, dude, they fucking mobbed on me. I was like, regrettable life choices, but I mean, that was fun. So I'd go into all these villages, kill all the villagers, buy all the property, and then rent it all back out, right? So you'd wait a couple weeks in game, and you could rent it out and make a shitload of money. So I'd just do that, and I'd go to all the easiest villages first, kill all the fucking villagers, kill all the guards, keep collecting shit until the guards got too hard, and then I would just teleport out, right? So I'd do that continuously until I got like a shitload of money, and then I get all the fucking best weaponry, best armor, whatever I wanted, and then I maxed out my good and evil hit counters, and then I got the Harbinger of Light, and then the Bow of the Damned or whatever it was, the dark weapon too, from the donation centers, and I would just go back through and fucking like kill all the guards at that point, because I was like, well, fuck it, you know, I can just sit here and kill guards and get gold and get weapons and fun shit. It was fucking
So
awesome.
when it comes to like role-playing games, do you prefer role-playing games that are like played just by you, or do you prefer like an MMORPG where it's like, yeah, I can go online and play with my friends, but also at the same time you're like, there's so many fucking douchebags on MMORPGs. And so it's like, is it worth it to trade off to be able to play with your friends and be like part of your own guild and shit and do like team quests together? Or is it better to sacrifice that ability to play with your friends to not have to deal with assholes?
I like both. There's perks to both. Like playing on your own, you get like just the true story. You get to just get through everything and like see it all. But then you get like added adventures when you do like the MMO shit, because you'll be like fucking playing through, and then some random douchebag comes in, then you gotta like fuck him up like it's gang fight, and then you gotta continue forward, you know. Kind of adds some excitement to it. Kind of like Fortnite, like they have the Save the World, which you can play on your own or bring friends in to do like the storyline, or you have the Battle Royale free for all MMO. So they got like two parts to it, which is sick, because then you can do all three actually, because you can do this story by yourself with friends, or just go online and fuck people up.
It's cool to have multiple options.
That's what I was gonna say too, because multiple options always makes it universal. You know what I mean? That way you have one game that you can play and do a whole bunch of fun shit just off that one game. So if you really like that game, you can do everything you could possibly want. You know what I mean? That was the one downside to Fable, is not having the multiplayer option. You know, like, yeah, you can customize your own world the way you wanted it and have shit turn out the way you wanted it, but at the end of the day, it was like you couldn't have other people in there with you, you know, fucking shit up. And
I don't know, every time I play like an MMORPG, all I really care about is like, man, I gotta get myself a sick mount, Like, I need a fucking, like, a dragon or a tiger or something. But they always, like, start you off in, like, a super troll way. They're like, JK hobby horse. Like, you have to, like, ride around on the little hobby horse.
Stick with a fucking horse head.
Or it's like, oh, by the way, like, your starting thing is like a pig, but it's out of shape, so it's really slow. Or some shit like that.
Here's your pet. It's a piece of shit.
That was like the one time I played Skyrim, dude. I went into a town. I was like, oh, fucking horse, sick. I'm gonna take that horse and I'm gonna ride off into the sunset and fuck some people up. Looked at the horse wrong and motherfuckers started killing me in the town. I was just like, oh, that's a cool horse. Before I even like got close enough to steal it, they're like, back off my horse,
Yeah.
or else feel my sword. And then like the whole town was against me. I could never go back to that town. That's why I stopped playing. I was pissed. I wanted that fucking horse and I couldn't get it. Didn't have any weapons or anything. I just couldn't ride away in time.
Oh fuck.
So when you play like MMORPGs, do you ever like go through the town and then you're like, oh, dude, I'm doing pretty good. You know, I'm playing like probably like a couple hours a day. Like, this is pretty fun. I'm leveling up pretty good. And you see somebody, you're like, how is that guy like level 300? Like, this game came out 2 fucking days ago.
He's been playing every second since it came out.
Either every second game. I don't know. There's a lot of games that come out where it's like, either you can earn it or you can pay money and be like the fucking baddest motherfucker.
I hate the
world.
pay to play. That shit's annoying. Like
And
when
you-
fucking Battlefront 2 was going to be a pay to play when they're coming out. That's why I didn't buy it. And then they fixed it, so there's no in-game purchases anymore, but I'm
Well, it
still
totally
not wanting...
defeats like the purpose of playing any game.
Yeah, you're supposed to advance with your skill level, not advance because you have money.
Yeah.
They're turning it into a political scheme.
Well, and that's the thing is like, a lot of these games are actually getting fucked over because a lot of these, I would say, game companies are trying to do the in-game purchase thing, and it's kind of like online gambling, which is where people have been getting really fucking sketchy about it.
Yeah.
Like, even the government's like, that's kind of sketchy.
Well, dude, if you start making money anywhere, the government's gonna get up on in that shit. So,
No shit, right?
And that's kind of why I like playing the MMO Battle Royales that are coming out right now, because it's all skill level. You can't buy anything. Well, you can buy stuff, but it's all appearance. It doesn't do anything to
I'm
your
all for
skills.
in-game purchases if it doesn't affect like the
Yeah,
outcome
and that's
of the
why
game.
I don't like. That's
Because,
why I
I
still
mean-
never got Battlefront 2.
Everybody knows you're like, well, I gotta get that level 20 armor because it's way sicker than my level 10 armor, and I gotta get that level 50 armor because it looks way sicker than like my level 20 armor and shit like that. It's like you want to fucking you want to look like a badass. That's like half the part of playing a role-playing game. It's like I want to look like a badass because I'm clearly not a badass in real life. I already have a hobby horse. I don't need that. I don't have a lion. I need a lion.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, in-game purchases, if they affect the gameplay, it's total fucking bullshit. It always fucking turns me off on a game. And that's the thing is, like, I might be old for saying this, but like we were talking about earlier, the pay-to-advance situation is trash.
Well,
I
it's like,
mean,
why
you need
even
to
play
to
the
advance.
game if you're gonna like cheat to win it? You know.
Well, and I just spent $60 to $120 on this fucking game. I don't want to spend any more money on it.
Yeah.
I was expecting to get everything that's included. Now you have all the downloadable content that they charge extra for now that doesn't come with the game later. So like they're just all money grabbing now for everything, and that's
It's ruining the adventure part of the game.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, oh, here, pay $60 for this fucking game. You have 2 months of gameplay, and then here, you're gonna pay another $60 for 1 more month of gameplay for this expansion pack.
Yeah.
Fucking blow me. No.
I know, and it's like with a lot of games nowadays, it's like, do you want all the characters?
Like
The
fucking Smite.
Yeah.
You can
Smite,
earn
fucking-
them, but it takes fucking forever. Or you could pay
PlayStation
$15
All-Stars.
and buy all of them.
Yeah, PlayStation All-Stars did the same thing. They're like, oh, all these sick
That's
DLC
kinda why I'm
characters. And I was
worried
like,
about-
Oh, I'll Super Smash Bros. It. I'll go through all the bosses and not lose a single life point to fucking get Luigi or whatever. But you're telling me you want me to pay $20 to get fucking Zeus? Eat a dick.
Yeah.
I should be able to just earn him through skill.
Well, and that's why I'm kind of scared for the new Smash Bros. I'm hoping they keep true to the roots and don't like make anything
I mean,
in-game
so
purchase.
far, all the Smash Bros. Sequels they've done, they've actually been pretty good about that.
Yeah.
We'll see how it turns out, though, right?
We'll see. That's always the situation. Anytime I see a good game trailer, I'm like, yeah, but it's a trailer, so we'll fucking see.
Well, at least like God of War and all those have been pretty consistent too. So
Yeah, Ascension kind of sucked. Like the story mode really sucked, but they introduced MMO play, which was fucking cool because you could just beef up your fucking character, and you could choose between 4 different paths like of the gods, and like you can max out each different one. So when you switch between them, you could just go fuck people up with lightning, or you can go fuck people up with like Hades powers and shit. That was pretty cool. But the storyline fucking sucked because all they were working on was MMO.
MMO, yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck that shit. But that's the other thing is like, they try to put out these games so fucking quick so they can just grab all your money anymore that it's like, well, fucking Destiny. It was
Overhyped.
I was so fucking excited about that, like everybody else, and when it came out, I saw it and I was like, nope.
Same thing with
one.
Yeah, original.
I don't know,
First
dude.
one.
As soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, so it's Halo.
Yeah, it pretty
it's
much
Halo,
was like
but it
Halo and Call of Duty and Battlefront all in one game.
Yeah, and that's what I was excited about. But at the same time, it was like just so fucking lackluster. Like,
Well, and I heard it didn't live up to the hype anyway, just like No Man's Sky. It was supposed to be sick as fuck. And you get in there and the first mission takes like an hour and a half.
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Dude, I was playing for like 3 fucking hours.
Well,
before I
hour and a
got
half.
even halfway through.
Hour and a half if you know what you're doing and know where you're going. I still haven't finished the first mission because I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing there. And so I gave up on it. Bought it for no reason. Fuck that
Yeah.
game. And then once you, like, there's nothing cool you can really do. I mean, you could be a pirate. Ooh, go play fucking Sea of Thieves then. And then you're a real fucking pirate.
God, Sea of Thieves is pretty fun.
Sea of Thieves is a good. Is that would you consider that technically a role playing game?
It's an MMO. It's all online.
Yeah.
But, you know what's going to be sick? Skull and Bones is coming out. It's a continuation of Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh, I heard.
Yeah,
about
and it's
that,
going to be
actually.
all fucking pirate, just like the same thing. It's going to have a
Assassin's
storyline
Creed,
kind
I
of
mean,
same.
not all of them are great, but that's like a good example of like a role playing game because you have to, like, you can make there. It does follow a storyline that kind of pushes you that way, but you still can make your own decision.
Yeah, you can go do like all the side quests real quick and then come back and do the main mission. Like, that's one of my favorite game series.
In Black Sails, if you like don't give a fuck about the mission, you can just ride around in your ship, fucking other ships
Yeah,
up.
dude, just taking over a bunch of ships and shit. That was like dope as fuck.
You know what's fucked up is that I bought that game and I played it for like an hour, never played it again.
Yeah, I
Still
played
on
it for like a week straight until I beat it. I loved it. It was so fucking fun. I was
I
just
got
so
distracted.
stoked.
That was one
Forgot
of the good
about
ones.
it.
I don't know. Assassin's Creed has they did the same thing that any other franchise of games or any franchise in general does when there's too many, where they just started half-assing it
Mhm.
and putting out all these fucking buggy, glitchy ass games.
It's like Grand Theft Auto. They keep putting out the in-betweeners, like getting you sucked up for the next one. Like Grand Theft Auto 6 has been talked about, but they're like releasing a fucking somewhere over in Europe. What the fuck? I think it's Paris. They're releasing like GTA Paris, like they did Liberty City stories
they
and
did,
all
like,
that
Vice
shit.
City and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, Vice City was one of my favorites. That was one of my first RPGs.
Yeah, I mean, it was good, but I mean, it's not like an official, like, numbered Grand Theft Auto.
No, yeah.
Same
But
with,
that
like,
one
San
actually turned out.
Andreas.
Those both turned out really good for whatever
Yeah, I
reason.
love San Andreas. That was like the first one that was like multiplayer.
Yeah.
You had to go into the special house and then get your bro, and then you'd be like, yeah, let's go.
You
fuck
could only
this
do
shit
like
up.
8 people in the lobby, but it was cool as fuck. And you could do 2 people on the same system going in. Still can't do that with 5.
No.
And you could swim. Remember
Do you
being able to
prefer,
go in the
like,
water?
RPGs? So with RPGs, do you prefer one like that's set in more of like a fantasy kind of swords and dragons type setting, or do you prefer one because there's also RPGs where you're like it's at a future and it's more gun based,
Like Watchdog?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
They're both fun. I like Diablo because I can go through
I know,
and
but
just
if you
get
had to
rid.
like choose, if you were like, I can either like decide to rob this bank or I can decide to plunder this dungeon. Like if you had to choose between one of the two, would you choose like the dragon route or the SWAT route? Which one's more fun?
I'd say fantasy. Like,
I would say because it's more like this. It always seems like there's more you can do
Well, and it's outside of reality too. Like, I can go rob a bank right fucking now if I really wanted to. Granted, I'm not gonna get away with it or anything. I could still go do that. Like, I can't go find a fucking dragon, ride him into fucking wherever, you know. Like we were talking about it a couple weeks ago. Champions of Norath was like one of the first like dope ass fantasy RPGs. And dude, you could be a fucking lion man. Like, you could be a half tiger, half man.
I think I remember that game.
Yeah, it was on PlayStation 2. You had to get a multi-tap if you wanted to play with more than 2 people. It's fucking sick. But and then there was like a lizard dude too. Like, dude, that shit was sick.
The lizard guys were dope.
I was always the lion just because fucking lion.
I was always dark elves.
Dark elves.
Dark elves were always just. I don't know. I was like, I can fuck with that.
I always go for that, like that or necromancer or something.
Yeah.
Go for like a long distance character.
Wizard, anything that's kind of like majestic and fucking sorceress.
Yeah, it was always fun to do that shit. I would say, yeah, I definitely have to say that the fantasy takes it for me too. Just because, yeah, like I was saying, there's such an advanced imagination freeing experience with it. You know what I mean? Whereas like you're talking about Watch Dogs and shit. Yeah, you can do like bio upgrades and stuff for futuristic whatnot, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. There's just something about flaming swords and dragons and mythical powers.
So like, unless the armor is made out of like the gold tooth of an ogre, you're not about it.
Yeah, and that's kind of where Fable was like. It was semi-realistic, but it had a lot of fucking.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could be like a super powerful mage, or you could just be like a fucking tank, or you could be really good with the bow and shit like that, or you could be all
or you max out everything and then just go everywhere. Yeah.
Just go Super Saiyan straight out the gate.
Dude, fucking straight up. And then I found other side note for Fable. I found out if you use Berserk, you know, where you like go like fucking super Hulk beast mode. Yeah, so if you use Berserk and then you save while you're using Berserk, your character, when you log back in, even though you're not in Berserk state, he's beefed the fuck up.
That's dope.
He's just always jacked as fuck. And my character was already maxed out, so it was like, he was already pretty fucking beefy. But then in Berserk, he looked like a fucking Hulk. Like, I literally towered over even the black cards. I was just like, fucking suck a dick. That was always fun. I don't know. I like being able to play your character until you're OP and having all the mystical, magical bullshit going on that you earned.
That's why I still play Diablo 3. Started that shit on PS3.
Fuck, dude.
I've been playing this since like halfway through the PS3 revolution shit, dude. Like, still going, still fucking always new shit. Like, there's infinite amount of weapons. Like, if I get into a game and one of my friends died there, it'll tell me killer of like Sync 44 or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, oh shit, he killed my homie. Like, I have to avenge him, you know? And I haven't even played with this fucker for months.
Yeah.
But it just like links your stories together here and there. It's fucking cool.
Diablo was sick as fuck. It was like, it's like all those old school ones, just way more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I loved about it.
It was like RuneScape with actual good graphics and actual good gameplay.
RuneScape and EverQuest.
So basically, it wasn't RuneScape because it was good.
Yeah.
Let's not forget our root stuff. Everybody fucking had a RuneScape account.
Not me.
You have a RuneScape account?
Mm-mm.
Fuck, I love that game.
That was
Yeah,
like
dude,
the
I don't
first
know.
like MMORPG I remember being around.
See, I think the first MMO that I played was... God, I would have to say... What the fuck were they on way back then? World of Warcraft, it was like...
Well, they had Warcraft and then you had World of Warcraft. They were always computer though.
Yeah, World of Warcraft's been out for a long fucking time.
Yeah, it was one of the like first expansion packs. Oh my god.
One thing you say about World of Warcraft is they actually like continue pitting out like new good stories.
Well, it's because everybody still plays it. Everybody locked themselves in a room when they were 12 and haven't come out.
Oh, shit.
Mom, Mountain Dew. You're 42. Get it yourself, Dale.
Bathroom. Bathroom.
Bathroom.
Where's my bedpan?
Fucking love that shit.
All right, well, I think it's time we end this episode. Thanks so much for listening, and really appreciate you guys checking us out. And feel free to check us out at our website at nerdsrs.com and download and listen to your convenience. Ike's always throwing some sick posts up on Instagram and our Facebook, and same thing with T-House over here. And also, you can listen to us on YouTube anytime you want. And in the meantime, stay nerdy, stay classy, and we'll talk to you later.